Can you imagine Real Madrid pulling off another superstar for free from a European giant? That's right. A silent negotiation could bring in a 50 million defender without spending a single cent. And it doesn't stop there. An internal war between two attacking stars might just be starting. One of them, who had been missing, is now back in full force and is about to threaten the king of the left wing. But hold on. Don't get too anxious. Because before I tell you everything, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Here it's daily content with fire in the eyes and a merengue heart. If you live for Real Madrid like I do, this is your place. Now, pay attention to this craziness. Real Madrid has its radar on, and according to German newspaper Bild via the Madrid Zone, the board is keeping an eye on Upamecano, the monster defender from Bayern Munich. Yes, the very same defender who cost Bayern over €42.5 million back in 2021. Could be on his way to the Bernabeu for nothing. And how? It's the classic Real Madrid move. Come in at the right moment, when the contract is nearing the end, and offer the most seductive project in Europe. That's how it was with Rodrygo. That's how it was with Alaba. And now it might be Upamecano's turn. The Frenchman's contract only ends in 2026, but Real is already mapping the ground. If Bayern slips and doesn't renew fast, it's over. German fans better brace themselves because the saga is about to begin. And we all know how these stories end when Real steps in. And look, the board wants to make him the new partner of Dean Huijsen, who's been playing like a veteran even though he's still under 20. The idea is to have a monstrous defensive duo for the future. Last season, Upamecano played 20 Bundesliga games, got 7 clean sheets, and even featured in 11 Champions League matches, averaging over 11 defensive actions per game. Boss-level numbers. The question is, will Bayern be able to hold on to another star? Because first it was Alaba, then they almost lost Davies, and now? Upamecano? But now I want to hear from you, true merengue fan. Would you like to see Upamecano in the Real shirt? Or do you have another name you prefer to strengthen the defense? Drop it in the comments. I read everything. And leave a like if you want to see Bayern panicking again. And brace yourself for this bomb, because the atmosphere in the Real Madrid locker room is on fire. Xabi Alonso came in with sky-high confidence, unafraid to shake the foundations of the team, and is doing what no one dared to do in recent years. For the first time in a very, very long time, Vinicius Jr is no longer untouchable at Real Madrid. You read that right. The number 7, the guy who became the symbol of the post-Benzema era, the king of the left wing, now has to fight for his spot like anyone else. And guess who put him in this situation? Rodrygo. Goes. Yes, the same Rodrygo that many thought was leaving, who looked invisible, kind of lost. He's back with fire in his eyes. After the match against Real Oviedo, where he started and showed personality, he made it clear he's staying at the club and will fight for a starting spot with everything he's got. But here's a very important detail. He's going to fight in his natural position, the left wing, the spot where he performs best, where he feels most comfortable, where he was revealed at Santos and shined in the youth ranks. And now, with the new coach's blessing, he's going back to playing there. According to Marca, Xabi Alonso himself stood firm and said, Rodrygo performs much better on the left. And when a coach with Alonso's tactical intelligence makes that kind of statement, you can be sure he's planning something big. And that's where the real clash of giants begins. Because we're not talking about just any two players fighting for a spot. We're talking about two Brazilian stars, two pure talents, two guys who have everything to dominate European football in the next decade. And now, they'll face each other inside the same club. Vinicius, who was always the fans' darling, the one who made the difference, who carried the team on his back when everything seemed lost, is now on shaky ground. His last season was full of ups and downs, marked by some injuries, lack of rhythm, poor decisions on the field, and lots of frustration. And as if that weren't enough, Alonso already sent the clearest message possible. In the last game, he benched Vini and started Rodrygo. No speeches, no excuses, just pure attitude. And with that, the coach made it clear. No one has a guaranteed spot here. If you want to play, you have to earn it. And that, my friend, is music to our ears as passionate fans. Because when you have internal competition at this level, the team grows. The squad gets stronger, the performance explodes. What we're going to see this season could be the biggest battle for a position since the days of Cristiano Ronaldo and Gareth Bale. Can you picture the intensity of training sessions? One trying to outdo the other with every touch, every dribble, every shot. Rodrygo, trying to prove that now is his moment. Vinicius, trying to reclaim his left-wing star status. It's chaos in the playground, but it's the kind of competition that raises the level of the entire squad. And in the end, the ones who win are us, the Merengue Nation. Because with two players of this caliber fighting for a spot, there's no way Real Madrid won't benefit. Competitiveness will explode, and the result will be seen on the pitch, with more goals, more intensity, and who knows, more trophies. Now, the question that won't go away and that will divide fans all over the world is, who will reign on the left? Vinicius Jr, the established idol who has already decided a Champions League. Or Rodrygo, the lightning who wants to prove he can also be the absolute protagonist. So, who would you start, Rodrygo or Vinicius? Who is the true owner of the left wing? Leave your comment, Merengue fan. And let's make this video reach more Madridistas with that huge like. And hold on, because there's more. You think it's over? Because in midfield, there's even more movement. Dani Ceballos is one step away from saying goodbye to Real Madrid. Olympique de Marseille is all over it, negotiating strongly, and the exit could happen in the coming days. According to the Spanish press, the French club wants to take Ceballos on loan with an obligation to buy, but Real wants to sell him outright, no dragging things out. Now check out Real's plan if Ceballos leaves. No spending money in the market. They're going to promote a youth player, Thiago Pitarch, the midfielder who's been standing out in Valdebebas and already has respect inside the club. The idea is simple. If Ceballos leaves, Pitarch comes in as the fifth name in midfield. And then, with Nico Paz returning next season, the midfield would be complete without spending €1. In other words, the board's philosophy remains strong, betting on youth, building from within, and only spending when absolutely necessary. And to close with a golden key, the biggest transformation of the team in the Xabi Alonso era has a name and surname, Aurélien Tchouameni. The Frenchman was torn apart last season, criticized in every possible way. But now, with the new coach, he's become a monster in midfield. Do you know the difference? Alonso understood that he's not an improvised center back, nor a holding midfielder stuck in place. He's a game controller with forward movement, vision, strength, and intelligence. Today, with Alonso giving him the right space, Tchouameni commands the midfield with authority. He's playing free, unshackled, showing up in the opponent's half, marking strongly, positioning himself as a true leader on the field. And if anyone still doubts, let's go to the numbers. Because here we speak with passion, but also with data. 93.5% passing accuracy into the final third. Do you realize what that means? He's literally leading all defensive midfielders in the top 5 European leagues in this category. That shows he's not just moving the ball, he's making the team move forward. And defensively, he's a beast. 87.5% success rate in tackles and 83.3% success in aerial duels. That means he's dominant both on the ground and in the air. If he needs to win the ball, he wins it. If he needs to protect the defense, he protects it. If he needs to build up play, he builds. He's become the total player. And more than that, he's become that Tchouameni who once enchanted Europe at Monaco. The one that made Real Madrid fight half of Europe to sign him. The one everyone saw as a future world-class star. And now, with Alonso on the bench, that potential is becoming reality right before our eyes. It's as if he's been freed. A talent that was locked up is now breathing, running, dominating the midfield like few can. He's become the team's silent pillar. Not the one on the front page of newspapers, but the one that makes the team function. And that, my friend, is direct credit to Xabi Alonso. Because the new coach didn't just recover a player, he rebuilt a pillar for the club's future. The Tchouameni we see today is the missing gear for Real Madrid to have a modern, dynamic, and dominant midfield. If he keeps this up, he won't just silence critics. He'll become one of the most complete midfielders on the planet. He'll be a reference for France, for Real, for the Champions League, wherever he wants. If you made it this far, you already know. Real Madrid is moving like a giant on and off the field. And if you're as passionate about this club as I am, this channel is your home. Subscribe now, hit the notification bell, and come live this roller coaster with us. Here we celebrate, we suffer, and we believe until the end. Because this is Real Madrid, my friend, and whoever is merengue never gives up. See you in the next video. Hala Madrid.